based on popular requests, a lot of you have been asking me to do a video on triad. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys bass triad. I've taught triad in my previous channel, but I'm going to be showing you guys very simple way to learn triads, even much more simpler than the way I taught it before in the previous channel, because as we go we keep learning, and as I keep learning and keep discovering simpler ways I can show you guys this, and I'm going to definitely make sure I bring it to you guys. Okay, so if that sounds like what you want to learn, grab your bass, grab your notes, let's get into the video. And before we do that, if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. Let's get this video to 100 likes in less than 24 hours. So first of all, what is referred to as triad? Triad is a 3-note chord. Okay, 3-note chord made up of the root note, third and fifth, which is one of the things that confuse a lot of people when they talk about triad. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys another tricky and simpler way to actually understand how to identify the triad and which of these triads are referred to as the major and minor. It's a 3-note chord, right, made up of the root note, third and fifth. Now what this means is that any triad you want to play, if you want to play the C major triad, D minor triad, E minor triad, F major triad, whichever triad you want to play, right, you're going to start from that triad and it's going to become the root note. Okay, so let's say for example we have C. If I'm asked to play the C major triad, this is going to be my root note. If I'm asked to play the D minor triad, this is going to be my root note. E minor triad, this is going to be my root note. F major, this is going to be my root note. Okay, this is going to be my root note for the G major. This is going to be my root note. This is going to be my root note, and this is going to be my root note. Okay, so what you're doing here is that in as much as I'm playing on the key of C, right, because I'm playing the C major triad makes this guy the root note, so I refer to this guy as the root. Then I will now calculate the root. Then you already know we have the number system, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So I'm going to count 1 2 3, which is now going to be my third, right, because the formula for the triad is root note, third and fifth. So 1 2 3, right? So I'm going to now count from there, fifth again, 1 2 3 4 5. So basically what you're doing is which of these notes is the fifth note of the scale in that chord you want to play. So if I want to play the D minor triad, I'm going to still arrange all the notes in form of the scale, right, which is going to be re mi fa sol la ti do re. Do you get? So which is going to be like this. Same thing as saying D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Now since I've already done this, I will now count the D as root note because I want to play D minor triad. Then from here I'll count 1 2 3, which note is going to be the third note if this is the root note. So 1 2 3. So I have my third already, right? Okay, so this note is going to be the third of the D minor. So I have 1 2 3 4 5. So if I play everything together, I'm going to have, which is going to give me re fa la. Okay, but because we know we cannot play this like this in real-time music, that's why we definitely have a formula for playing all the triads, which I'm going to be showing you guys at the end of this video, so stick around. Now that being said, what we just established is how you can actually identify or find the triad using the root note, third and fifth formula. Now the next trick I want to show you guys is one of the most popularly used among producers, especially most producers who don't have a very good theory knowledge about the keyboard and about music theory, which is basically outlining all the notes of the chord, right, in this major scale. Now when you outline all the notes of the chord in major scale, what you do is you play the first note, skip the next note, play the next note. Okay, so it's more of like play and skip, and then you'll be able to identify the triad of that note you want to play. Now with this at the back of your mind, what you need to know is that whatever triad you're trying to play, right, if I want to play the C major triad, it means that I need to take reference from the C major. If I want to play the D minor, I need to take reference from the D minor. If I want to play the E minor, I need to take reference from the E minor. F major, same thing. Okay, now that being done, it's still the same thing with the root note, third and fifth. Okay, so when you take reference from the triad you're trying to play, you count from there. So if I'm doing the root note, third and fifth formula, what I'm doing is if I take reference from my F, it means that I'm going to count 3 from here. 1 2 3. Now when I'm saying counting 3, you're not counting the 3 in chromatic form, you're counting it in the diatonic scale form, like this, in the major scale form. Okay, which is 1. So you're arranging the notes on the major scale, which is now going to be fa, sol, la. So you do fa is now your 1, which is your root note. Then if you play from fa, 1, 2, 3, do you see that? So la is now your 3, which is now your root note F. Then third, your la. Then same thing. If you do again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see that 1, 3, 5. So you have the F major triad. So this brings us back to what I said, play a note and skip a note. So what we are doing in the play a note and skip a note technique is very simple. Now we have them on the major scale. If I play the C, I'm going to skip the next note after the C, which is D, and play the next note. Do you see that? So if I skip D, which is re, I'm going to have mi. Now after playing mi, I'm going to skip the note after mi, which is fa. I'm going to have so. So if I play everything together, I'm having the C major triad. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for the minor triad, which is going to give me re, right? After re, if I skip the next note after re, which is mi. Remember that you're not playing chromatically, you are skipping those notes the way it's arranged in the major scale. Okay, so you're not playing it in chromatic form. So you're not doing after re, what note next? You now skip this note. No. After re, what note is next after re on the major scale? So you have mi. So you're going to skip mi. What are you going to get next? Is fa. So if you calculate it very well to reference what we did at the root note, third and fifth formula, you see that we have same thing. Then you skip the next note like that. Okay, so if you follow it in that formula, you're going to get all the whole triads for all the whole notes. Now let's get into the right finger pattern to actually use and play these things, because that's where it becomes more tricky. Like I said before, there are so many ways to play the triad, so many finger patterns that you can use. Maybe now, for you to be able to play it effectively and apply effectively, you need to know different patterns that you can use. You need to know how to connect them in your frets. Okay, and this is when, if you don't understand the fretboard, you will not be able to play it very well. So let's get into it. So for the majors, which is your C, F, and G, these are majors. Your A, D, and your E, they are minor. Then your B is a diminished. Okay, so you have the same finger pattern for C and F and G. Then you also have different finger pattern for the minor, which is the same thing with D minor, A minor, E minor. You see that they are sharing finger pattern. Now there's a slight difference between the B triad, the B diminished triad, right? You have, you notice, started with the index finger, pinky, looking like the minor, but then, do you see that? But when you're playing it with the formula we just said, which is the root note, third and fifth, or skipping one note to play one note, you see that you still have the same thing. Where it is tricky is when you come to play them in real-time music. So you need to understand how these things work, how it is arranged in the finger pattern, so it will help you to also apply much more effectively. Now there are so many ways you can apply the triad. If you don't understand how this triad connects, like I already said in this video, we have the C major, F major, and G major. They are all related. Now this is why you often hear me say that whatever I can play on my 4, I can literally play it on my 5 without making too much adjustment. I can play it on my C too without making too much adjustment. Same thing for my D. And then, okay, so let's say for example I have, do you see that? Re, mi, fa, sol, la. Let me do the same thing on my A minor. Do you see the way it's just easy for me to apply, which is la, ti, do, re, mi, right? And then re, mi, fa, sol, la. Do you see the same shape? So if I put these whole things together, I can literally form a lick with this. So I'm going to have, do you see how simple it sounded? Now nobody's going to know that this is exactly what I'm doing except I tell you. I think I have a lick that I played something like this. So do you see that? I still have something like this. Do you see that? Do you see that? So it's very, very important to know how to play the triad as a bass player. So there are so many patterns you can use, but these are like the basics you can use to actually master it. Now let me recommend an exercise that I love to always recommend now for you to master this triad, which is playing them in the format of the major scale, right, on a straight string, but then you're playing it like this. Now this is also going to help you master your fretboard. Not just that you are playing the triad to master the triad, but you also master your fretboard. Also be able to spread your fingers and be able to play them very well, because you can actually create bass lines using the triad. Now here's another exercise that if you followed how to master the 12 keys in 12 days challenge, you should be familiar with this exercise, which is basically now this exercise is very simple, but I bet you it's going to help your brain scatter around on what's going on in the fretboard and how you can connect it. Now it is my goal to actually make this video very short and brief and straightforward. Now if you found any form of value in this video, do have to hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.